is Filipa Correia. I'm Portuguese and I'm currently doing a PhD in computer science, focused on human-robot interaction.
My name is Evelyn Pantigosso and I'm an engineering student at KTH, the Royal Institute of Technology in Stockholm, Sweden.
I'm Isabella Lupi and I'm currently an automation engineering student at Politecnico di Milano in Italy.
Hi, my name is Esther Rodenas Moreno and I am a student in the Valencia's Polytechnic University, and I study a double degree in Business Administration and Management and Telecommunications Engineering.
I'm going to be honest and say that I wasn't sure if STEM was the path for me. When I was in high school, I got recommended to follow a STEM learning path by my teachers because I had a good grasp on math and science. However, I didn't know what STEM really meant and what it meant to work in the STEM field. I knew that I was interested in humans and what we could do with technology and science, and I therefore decided to give it a try.
There might be some obstacles when choosing this kind of path, especially for women. And personally, making this choice was not easy. When I was in high school completing my last year, I remember I was very excited to share with my teachers my intentions for my future. Sadly, the first question I was asked was, "Are you sure? Why don't you check other bachelor's program?" I was devastated. My own teachers, who have known me for years, were not supporting my plans. However, this was not an option. This was a decision, my decision. And little did I know I was going to thrive during my bachelor's program.
Going to university was something that I had an idea about quite early. I remember in 7th grade talking to my friends that I was talking about dreams and ideas, and for me, university was the obvious choice. However, when I met other adults in my surrounding, I often got the question, is this really a right choice for you? Now, after 4 years, I have realized that they were wrong and that I did right by pursuing my dreams of university education.
My parents have been the main supporters, not only economically until the masters, but emotionally. They just believe I can do anything and they keep reminding me of that every single day.
One of the most important supporters has always been my mother, as she has encouraged me to pursue what I believe is fun and interesting. She has also been a role model because she took charge of her own life and faced many challenges as a woman.
As a researcher in group dynamics, one thing you learn about groups and teams is that there's a sweet spot between heterogeneous and homogeneous groups. We need heterogeneity and diversity to achieve great performance and strong outcomes. This is important because different people have different concerns in their personal lives and in the way they see society. So I believe great solutions, great advances, and those small steps forward are only possible when you have diverse teams, and that includes, of course, a feminine perspective.
I believe that to every question there is an answer, and that to every problem there's a solution. The key to a successful and efficient solution is having different perspectives. If everybody thinks alike, then we would have less ideas and options to solve a problem. So yes, there is an extra value in having a feminine perspective in STEM, but it's not just about women, it's about all perspectives. People with different ages, from different cultures, from different schools and specializations. Everything that is not the same brings an extra value.
I can't only choose one moment, but I can say that my degree, my major, I have had a lot of really good opportunities that studying a STEM career has given me. For example, I've been able to participate in a lot of workshops and scholarships that have gave me really good insight about the world and have helped me develop as a person. And I don't think that I would have been able to participate in them if I hadn't studied a STEM career.
I believe that if there are more women involved in the creation of STEM content, more young girls would be more inspired by the feminine figures in these contents. However, I also strongly believe in meritocracy. Therefore, what I suggest is, when sorting out the people for MOOCs and similar contents, yes, select those who are better at this job, but please also take into consideration evaluating all the women who applied for the project. I feel this could be a way to begin the change of inequality and discrimination of women in STEM towards a better scientific environment. And of course, towards a more fun environment.
I think it's really important to have representation in the STEM field, and there is not really such a big representation nowadays in that field. So when female teenagers are trying to find a major to study, they will look at the STEM field, the courses or the companies, and they will say, oh, there are no females there, so I don't belong there. When actually they really do belong there.
I think educational contents can strongly shape our beliefs about something. For STEM contents, it's important to have much more women as role models, and it can start with something so simple as having more examples referring to women characters rather than man characters.